Welcome back to the social class for class 8. Today we'll go to the geography section. So though history sections are already over, and I hope you got the syllabus with the exam timetable also. So now it's your duty is to be study more on the subject. So being a social teacher, in my sections especially histories are already completed as per given of the syllabus, and geography today I will do on the industry, and one more, that is the human resources will be there, and after that two chapter will remaining there in civics also. So that is also before your exam anyhow we have to complete it, but I will explain in a short form so that it make you to more understand, and it's your duty is to be study, and after watching this video and continuously study on the textbook, especially most of the questions will become as a multi-choice questions. So today I will start the geography chapter 5, and that is on the industry. Though in chapter 4 we already completed the history, agriculture, what are the importance of agriculture and how the agricultures are producing more and more there. So when I say the sector of industry, especially it's defined into a three. That is primary sector, especially mostly coverage toward agricultural, and secondary sector mostly on industrial sector, and that will come on here, and a tertiary sector, especially like transportation management, entrepreneurship. That's all groups are come under the human resources, especially when we go for the next chapter, they will discuss on that. So today we will discuss on the industry. You may have heard more about the industry, factories. So basically when we say the industry, where the production process are done, when the raw material can be transformed into a secondary, either for example cotton, which you get it from the plant in a raw, come under the primary sector. So that cottons are transformed into a cloth, so that's come under the secondary, and that's are done by the help of the machinery, and machineries are set up in the industry and factories. So there are things we all study here, and what type of the things are there, especially which we can be produced, like ownership, size, and the locations of the industry. So what are important factors are there. So as for the past 1 year, of course, in economic activities, it's come under the secondary sector, because mostly the production process are done in the industry. So I already defined that the meaning of industries are that any raw material, primary goods are transformed them into a secondary, which I already give in a forms of example like cotton. From cotton we make a cloth also. The second one, that is classifications of the industry. In the classifications of the industries, here we will find like raw material and their size, and as well as the ownership. So in the classifications of the industry, what type of industry do you have? What type of industry we have? Either it may be the iron and steel industry, either it may be chemical fertilizer, either it may be a chemical like drugs, the medicines, like it may be a cloth, like it may be a eatables item, like it may be a car. So many types of the industries are there. And from where we'll get that material? Like it's defined here, the agro-based industry, mineral-based industry, marine-based industry, forest-based industry. So that is how we get a raw material, and that raw materials are bring to the main sector of industry and transforming them. So as for the raw material, first point is the agro-based industry. In this agro-based industry, mostly we produce the agricultural product. Like you can say example, potatoes from the, like you eating chips, like cotton, like silk, so like fruits, like vegetable. So those are agro-based industry. Like for example, if I say the orange, so orange are agro-based industry actually. From orange we are making like orange juice or for the cold drinks. So like if I say the cotton, so from cotton we are making the cloth. So many products are there which we obtain from the agriculture, like garlic. So the things which we are producing, bring them into a raw, and we producing them in the secondary. So that's we refer as the agro-based industry. The raw material which we can obtain from the nature, from the agricultural sector especially. Second is the mineral-based industry. In a mineral-based industry, mostly like mineral which we get from the natures, like you can say the coal, so like sulfuric, so sulfide, so many which we get directly contact with the natures which we extract, and mineral which we obtain there. So many minerals are there, like salts are there. So those which we are transforming them for our use, that's come under the mineral based industry. Marine based industry which we get from the sea, like from the well of there, from the well we get a oil for the edibles oil from the oil piece, and like a piece tin which we get. So from the water, especially like the marine based industry, when we repurpose, that means from the water what we are getting there, like piece are there which we are make them to be processing, after that we are sold into the market. So this come under the marine based industry. In the forest based industry, what we get from the forest, or either like you can say chandanwood, like furnitures, like which we make for door, windows, or from the forest, like some Ayurvedics are there. So those all are come under the forest based industries. Now next is on their size, how the industry should be. You already study in the lower class also, like a small scale industry, cottage industry, big industry. So that's come under the size. Like if I say the cottage industry and a small industry, they are with our family members, we are producing the goods with the help of the family members and the simple technique and tools, the traditional tools. Like when we say the heavy industry and big industry, big machineries are set up, like productions of car, productions of aircraft. So those will depend upon the size of the industries. So the first point is a small scale industry, which I already said that the industries where the limited resources are there and their budget also low, and which they can be produced in a short period with a few members, not more. Like you can say that among 20-30 members in a village, they are producing some goods among your family members. So those small quantity of numbers and simple machineries which we are producing, especially sold that product in a local market. The next is the large scale industry. In the large scale industry, we are producing a goods in a large quantity and big, like car manufacturers, like mobile phone. So all those come under the large industry, which you can say is some multinational corporations, like the mobile phone which you are using, like computers are there. So that's our large productions, and the factories are set up in many parts of the country, and the many units are there, and the industries are very big. So that's we refer as the large scale industry. The next is on their ownership. In this ownership, we'll find the three, and that is the private sector industry, joint sector industry, and cooperative sector industry. In the private sector industry, their main motive is to be earning of profit and for the welfare of the people. They will earn the money as a profit and as well as do a welfare. So like if I say to give examples of the private industries, many private industries are there, like Reliance, Tata, Bata, Mahindra. So all those under, that is the private industry operated by the single persons or by their family member, and their main motive is to earnings of the profit and do a use for the common people. So you already know that like Reliance are there, Mahindras are there, Tata is there. So they are working, they are making a business in community, in a country, and as I already said, that the welfare of the people as well as the main motive is their profit. The next is the joint sector industry. In this joint sector industry, the jointly collaborating with the two companies or the 3 or 4 companies are combined together to make, like for example Maruti Udyog. So Maruti cars, though the Marutis are the foreign brand, especially like Japan, from there it's come to the India and the production units are here, and we are producing it now. So that's come under the joint sector industry. Jointly 2-3 company come together and make a one company, or either with their ideas, or they are getting the license from there and they set up. So joint sector industry, 2-3 companies are come together and make a business there. The third one is the cooperative sector. So when we refer to the cooperative sectors, collectively in society or a particular area and territory, the peoples are peoples are collaborate with the owners of the industry and factory. Like for example, the Anand milk is given in your textbook. So those dairy producers, like they are collecting the milk from the cow, buffaloes, and they sold them into the people. How much they are sold, the remaining portions are there. So that remaining portions, they are give to the factory and industry and make milk powder. So through that milk powder, which can be lasted for a longer time. So if I say the milk maybe not lasted for a longer time, for like 5 days, 6 days. So it will be lost for the community and people also. But if you are give it to the industry and factory, and after processing them to the milk powder, so it can be lasted for 2-3 months. So it will be not loss for the milk producer, milkman, and as well as for owners, industry owners also. So that means collaboratively working together. This we refer as the cooperative sector. Now we come to the factor affecting locations of India. How the locations we need to set up of the factory. It means not that you cannot set up the factory and industry nearby the market or nearby the hospital, nearby the school. Because like air pollutions, noise pollutions, many type of pollutions are created there. So when industries are set up there, the governments are granting them to industries should be localized in that area which is not affected to the people, their environment and health of the people. So in the center of the business market, we cannot set up the industry. Whenever the industries are set up, industries should be set up far away from the main center of the human settlement, like town. So whenever industries are set up, they are like 10-15 kilometer away, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60 kilometer away from the main center. So that it will be not affected like the air pollutions, noise pollutions, it will be disturbances to the other. So what are the things which we found on the factor affecting on the locations of the industries, like first, raw material, labor, land, capital, market, transport. So these are some which we need to set up the industry and factory. As I already said that when industries are set up there, we have to see the proper area. It means not nearby the school, hospitals, disturbances to the other. But if you have money, so you can set up the industry with the granted permissions from the government, and that industry can be set up far away from the main center. And what things we need to set up the industry, like buildings are needed, land needed, labors needed, market needed, transport needed. So that all working together, then only we will produce. If you only set up the one big industry, and if there is no laborers and workers are there, then who will operate the machines? And okay, and if you have labor, but after your productions are bring out, your productions are finished, then if there is no market, so where you will sell your product? If there is no sale, then it will lose for you. So that's why some of the factors are there, like on the raw material. So first important thing is raw material. After you establish industry and factory, without raw material you cannot be produce anything there. Like for example, if you started a cloth industry, so for cloth industry, machine itself not produce. You need a raw material like cotton, silk. So through that we are creating, like if for example, if you started a juice industry or a cold drink industry, so for that we need like some fruits. So where from that fruits are the raw material which we brought from the agriculture sector and processing them. And the next, that is on the labor. So people should be work there. Until and unless people are not working there, so industry is not success. Who will operate, who will packaging it, who will complete it. So that's important there. Again, the land, of course we need there, and capital, the investment of the money. So when we have money, then only we can be invest more machine, more technologies, we can pay a salary to the farmer, laborers. So capital is also needed. And market, as I already said it, if the market is not there, so after finishing product, where we will send this, our goods and transport. So after productions, if you market also there, your industry is also there. So between that, you cannot be carried by the human beings so much, so heavy. So transportations, networking should be there, like railways, like land transport should be there, so that you can be sold your product to the power plant area. Like for example, the productions of the paper in Arunachal, for example. So from here you can send into the Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, like Orissa, Chhattisgarh. So we cannot take them by our hand. So anyhow, we need a transportations to be send them our product to the other state also. And the next is on the distributions of industry in the world. In the world, many type of industries are there. Like mostly if you refer and study in the histories, the industrial revolutions are started in England. So like today you see so many type of industries are there. Big industries, small industries are there. Like some industries are technologically we are using there. Like some industries are good for our consumption. Some industries are for our cloth, paper, pen, pencil, car. So different type of industries are there, and their locations, like for example, if you come to the in your textbook, it's given there Pittsburghs and Jamshedpur, the two iron steel companies, and mostly irons are extracted from there, like in Pittsburgh in USA and Jamshedpur in India, especially like in Jharkhand, like in Orissa. We are getting that raw material more in particularly state there. And beside that, like Ahmedabad and Osaka, like productions of textile industries, goods are there. So that's so different type of industry mostly found, like if you say electronic goods, like in Japan, Korea, China are there, like eatables item mostly from from Canada, Australia are there, like good and luxurious like car if I refers, like from Italy, Germany are there, like fashionable goods like from France are there. So different countries they have specifically productions units and productions of goods, like if you refers in India, spices like tea, rubbers mostly we produce from India. So this refers to the distributions of industry in the world. The next is the information technology. So information technology, when we refer, this is the sunrise industry actually. Today at this stage we are giving more importance on information technology and tourism sector. So without information technology, it's difficult at this contemporary age. Anyhow, we have to be updating the new technology, new machineries, which make a more suitable for the people. So you may see that like year after year, month after month, the new devices like mobile phones are coming with new features. So that's they are updating there. So technology, especially information technology, play very important role to with this generation, especially contemporary generations, which are needed. So that much only there. And as I already said that when I start this class study, and I hope you got the syllabus and the question syllabus and routine also there. So if you're not study, it's too difficult, but questions will be in the forms of the multi-choice only there, no doubt. So if you are study, if you underline the books, then only you can be get more knowledge, and especially for the higher class, it's need there. So hope you study well. So for that much only there. So next class we'll go to the human resources in geography. So don't feel it I complete so fast, because due to the limitations of the time, I have to go fast. All important point I already explained here, and if anything remaining there which you want to be know and confused, then generally I say that you can ask me, you can call me. So for today that much only there. Thank you.